So I wanted to do a quick follow-up video on my one video about bras, and this is a bra I just bought this weekend because I needed another one, and so I went into JCPenney's. I go over to the sales rack, and this bra in my hand was originally $38, but it was, you know, on sale for 50% off, and I see that, and I tried them on, and I bought this, and yeah, here's my receipt. I spent $21.11 on this bra. So, like, feminists who claim it's impossible to buy a bra for less than $50 are lying. That is crap. Like, did these women not have mothers to teach them how to buy things on sale? I mean, like, me and my sister joke all the time about how my mom is like obsessed with coupons and you know, sales, and has been, and that was instilled in her from her mother. So yeah, like, don't need to spend $50 on a bra. The brand of this is Ambrielle. Yeah, and I can even tell you my bra size, it's 40D. So yeah, if you have a cup size, if your breasts fit somewhere in between sizes A and double D, you should never have a problem buying a bra that is, you know, less than $30. Like, that should never be a problem for you. As long as you know where and how to shop, you should be able to find bras in your size that are less than $50. Of course, like, if, you know, and I do see online of women about talking about if their breasts are bigger, like if their boobs are, you know, E and F and H and G, then they have problems at stores like JCPenney, and I, you know, there were no bras at there in those sizes, you know, definitely I agree to that. However, if you want those stores, the security device, if you want those stores to carry bras that are in your size, you can attempt to, you know, petition those retailers to sell those things. Because, I mean, in general, you know, retailers want to make money. If they catch wind that there's a demographic or a group of people who could be selling a good, like they could be selling a good to them, and that you know, and supplying to that demographic is worth the cost, then they would do it. So, like, if women with, you know, bigger boobs than I have, like, make themselves known to these stores, then they would sell the bras to you. So if, like, feminists want to get on that, you know, petition for that, then that might even be something I would see myself supporting. So yeah. I also wanted to talk, like, in my 36 questions video, there's, you know, that clip of that girl is like, why are, you know, men so obsessed with lesbians? And, you know, my response was, there are straight women who are obsessed with gay men. And there was this story that I remembered after I made that video that I so wish I would have included, because, like, it came back to me after I made that video, and I'm like, oh, like, that would have been such a great and funny story. So I was, a few years ago, I was at an anime convention in Minneapolis. I don't remember which one. Minneapolis has a few conventions, and I have to say, like, Minneapolis and, like, Minnesota conventions are really fun to go to because they almost always have room parties, and those aren't as common, like, in some of the other states I've been to. So yeah, I recommend, if you live close enough, to go to, and, you know, Minneapolis is having an anime convention, you know, I recommend going to one because they're a lot of fun. Where I was talking to this gay guy, and he said that at ASIN, he was paid by, like, a bunch of girls and women to make out with this other gay guy. And this gay guy I talked to was a rather, you know, attractive man, and I assume the other gay guy was probably an attractive guy too. So yeah, this was a group of women like getting two men to make out for purposes of sexual titillation. So it was almost like a minor form of prostitution, and I kind of joke with the guy like, oh, you're a prostitute, and oh, you know, it's good that you didn't get arrested. I mean, obviously I was joking with this guy, but you know, he found the whole thing like funny. Like, he didn't care that this had happened to him. Like, he didn't feel exploited or taken advantage of in any way. Like, for this gay guy, it was just a funny story for him to tell people. So yeah, many women are just obsessed with sex as men are. And, you know, some women like to see two dudes together, you know, fucking, and that's okay. You know, there is nothing wrong with people's sexuality, as everybody's adults and everybody's consenting. Like, nobody should like bust into your bedroom, you know, take your hand off your genitals and say, don't do that. Like, your porn is wrong and your porn is bad and your sexuality is demeaning and hurting other people, when it's not. You know, it's just, and in this way, like, I almost think like feminism is evil and anti-science and anti-people, because our sexuality is a huge part of who we are, and to, you know, try to make that this horrible demonic thing, like, you know, that's what the church does. That's what Christian conservatives do. Like, you know, and if, like, I consider myself a liberal, and, you know, if liberals like to imagine themselves to be better people than, you know, conservatives, in part because we're not supposed to, you know, be self-righteous and judging in that way, then, you know, you have to be that way. Like, you can't just pay lip service to that idea. You have to be accepting of people's sexuality the way that they are. And men are, on average, more visually stimulated than women in their pornography, where women are often more willing to read their porn than look at their porn. And I'm the same. I love pornographic fan fiction. That's basically the only fan fiction, like, I can read. Like, I look at a story and I'm like, but do they fuck in it? No, they don't? Okay, then maybe I won't read that. But it's like, oh, they fuck in it? Okay, I'm gonna read that. So yeah, like, you know, feminists, like, that's probably the thing about feminism that makes me the most angry, is that they, like, hate human sexuality, especially male sexuality. So yeah, that was a bit of a ramble. I hope it was worth watching. Isn't my cat cute? Sayonara and auf Wiedersehen.